Hey everyone, it's Heather here. I was going to say good morning, but I hate to kind of do that because we all watch this at different times. So, hi. I thought today would be a good opportunity to talk about men because we're always talking about women. We're all about healing women and helping each other get healthy and all of that kind of thing. But today is Father's Day. Actually, today's the first Father's Day I am without a father because my dad passed away last August. And actually, I feel really great about it. I loved and adored my dad. He was a very calm and grounded man who, taught me a lot and is still teaching me. And so I'm not really sad today about not having him to celebrate because I'm celebrating him. I'm thinking about him and I'm thinking about the music that he would have listened to and all of those things. So I feel really great because today I actually get to celebrate him, which is awesome. And so that also made me think about some of the other men in my life who either were in my life or are in my life right now who happen to be dads or not dads or whatever. And so I thought, well, let's just have a conversation about the men and where they're at, where they fit into our life and in the fatigue to fabulous place and where we are, right? I mean, we are in a wave. We go up and down. And so when I look about at my past, and my ex-husband, for example, who is actually no longer on this planet, um, who chose to leave the Earth 2 years ago, almost to the day, who chose to leave the planet. He didn't just, have a heart attack. And when I think about him, I am not sad because I did a lot of therapy and inner work around, forgiving him and all of the things that happened. But today I also get to celebrate him because I do feel him. I feel that even though, we ended, I don't know, 13 years ago or something, um, he taught me so much. He taught me so much. Seriously, he did. But there was some horrific things that happened in our when we were together, and there was way more beautiful, wonderful things. And so today is a celebration day of the men and the fathers and stuff. And so I think about him. I think about who he was as a man, and I think about his good qualities. And I don't choose to think about the asshole that he was back then. I just don't even go there because there's no point. It does not serve me. Now, remember, I've done a lot of work. So if you would have asked me this, 10 or 12 years ago when this was raw, I probably wouldn't be having this conversation with you. But I'm not healthy with high self-esteem now, which is partly why, where I was, right? So, and then I think about the man that I attracted into my life after my marriage ended and how I attracted him and his qualities. And I think about the man that he is and how important it was for me to attract a man that had really strong values. And I think it was more important for my daughter that I pick a man like that than I thought for myself because I kept thinking, wow, my daughter needs to understand what a healthy man looks like and, what a healthy man can provide and how a healthy man rocks his life. And so when I was putting out my little bat signal looking for somebody to, be in my life, that was really important to me, really important to me. And it's interesting because he doesn't have any physical, like blood children, but he's already got messages texted to me because he doesn't use his cell phone very much to tell him when he gets home from work about what a great father he is. And that's not just from my daughter. This is from other people that aren't even his children. So My ex-mother-in-law, for example, messaged me today and said, please tell Jeff a happy Father's Day. We love him. And so that is very emotional to me. And it's emotional in such a good way because I feel like I have come so far, so far. And attracting, whether we're single or we have men in our life, really looking at the scope of men that are in our lives can usually tell where we are in our life. So when I was around my ex-husband near the end, when things were not good, I looked at where I was in my life and I was exhausted, fatigued, drinking way too much alcohol, workaholic mode, not sleeping, adrenal issues times a billion, right? Just, I remember sitting, anytime I would sit anywhere, like at work and stuff like that, I remember my legs were always like, I thought that was kind of normal. I didn't realize it. So, I look back. I love looking back, especially because of where I am today. When I look back to like 10 to 15 years ago and I look at where I am today, it's because of the work I've done. It's because of being conscious of what is going in my body, drinking lots of water and eating healthy and all of that. And most of all, it's my surroundings. It's the people that I've chosen to be in my life. And that, my beautiful women friends, is so important. So today, think about who's in your life. If you want to, go with the man theme, think about the men in your life. Think about how they've impacted you. Think about how far you've come through them. Think about maybe how much further you can come. There's always healing, right? So, yeah, interestingly enough, I might as well share this with you. Last week was the 2-year anniversary of my ex-husband's passing. And it was just, I actually had forgotten anything to do with the dates. Like I didn't remember that that was the anniversary at all. And one of his ex-girlfriends had contacted me. Now, whether or not she knew it was the 2-year, whatever, anyways, that's just a bit of a toxic drama issue. So she contacted me and I just blocked and deleted because I don't have any use to have any drama in my life. So, yeah, so that was easy to do. But it was just, I wasn't really conscious. I was just like, block, carry on my world, and it's all good, not really thinking anything. And then, there was a couple instances, other instances where things came to me to remind me of somewhere where I was during that period when I was married to that man. So then there was thoughts around that. And then my ex-mother-in-law, who is one of my beautiful best friends and always will be, who adopted me when my husband and I split up. She actually took me in and said, "I adopt you. You're not leaving." So lucky me. She's a real role model. So she had messaged me about and reminded me that that was the anniversary and was thinking about different things. So I said to her, there's been about 5 things that have come to me in the last week. Didn't even know it was the anniversary of his passing. And so I feel like he's coming to me he's wanting to talk to me. So, anyways, I've just been journaling a little bit about it and actually really feeling the love for him and knowing that even though there were some really sort of tough things that happened, he always loved me and he always loved his daughter like dads do. And he's there. And even though he didn't want me to be successful when we were together, because that meant that I would probably take off, he wants that for me now. And so I am using him and some of the other men that have passed in my life right now to propel me. I'm like, there are men in my life that have passed that have impacted me, and men in my life who've not passed too. But why not take those thoughts and those positive things and put those in my heart and rock and carry on, right? So, yeah, I've been journaling a bit and thinking about the men, and of course today's Father's Day. So, Grateful for all the men and love them. Men don't have access to support groups. They're not interested so much in thinking about the florally oils that we put on our heart every day to keep the depression away, right? They miss out. They really miss out. And so today, find a man in your life that you can send a little love note to. Um, you know, like my ex-mother-in-law is now remarried. Not remarried. They're living together. Sorry. But they're both in their like 80s and they met at a funeral and they've only been together 2 years and they're the most lovely couple. And I've only known her boyfriend for the last like year and a half or whatever, whenever they met. And you know what? I'm sending him a little note saying, "You're not my dad and you haven't been in my life that long, but you're a rock. And your children are so blessed because in the small amount of times that I've met you, you're a rock." And you know what? That's easy enough for me to do. I can do that very easily. And think about what the impact that would have on him. So if you know a man who has children or who doesn't have children, maybe today might be a day where you reach out and say, "Hey, you're a rock star." Or like, "You know what? Like, you're awesome. I wish more dads could be like you," or whatever. Or maybe today is the day for you to start healing some of the relationships with men that you've had that need healing, because part of the fatigue to fabulous thing is about doing the work, ladies. You have to do the work. You can't just carry on and have that mother fucker right here, like, and think that you can keep healing, because you're not going to heal that way. You gotta go there. You gotta find the blessing. You gotta bless and release, and off you go. And next thing you know, it's kind of interesting how all those things that were bothering you before are not bothering you. So, for those of you who are part of my oil community, there are some incredible supporting oils that can actually go to the DNA level and start releasing past emotions from your life without you even doing the work. I mean, you need to do the work too. But some of the oils that we have access to, they're not just smell good, throw a couple of oils together. These are therapeutic grade oils that are therapy. So if you have any questions about supporting that, one of my favoritist ones, which I always have handy, is release oil. And so you can get this in the bigger bottle too, because believe me, there was a time where I was using the bigger bottle a lot. And so if you're feeling like you're not sure where to go and you have some healing to do, just start. Just start by placing a drop of this oil into your hands and, give it a good couple of circles, rub it in to activate. Activate. Just start breathing it in. That's it. That's all you have to do. That's it. That is all you have to do. And that oil begins to work in mysterious ways. I watched it, I experienced it, and yeah, if you want to know more about that, ask me, and you can come and join some of my other essential oil groups. And if you don't, that's fine too, but you're missing out. Anyways, I love you. Love up the men in your life, and thanks for hanging with me. Okay, hope you have a good day. Bye, everyone.